Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. You're like, what? Mother Minerva, there's a couple of months. You're going ahead. No. Most of you know, probably most of you know, that Advent is the beginning of the new church year. So this is, yes, I see some nods. Yeah, so this is when we start anew. We start the new year, and I was reading the gospel from the gospel book earlier at the first service, and I just smiled because it is the first lesson of the book, because it's year A. So not only are we starting the new year, we're going back to A, because we do A, B, and C in the Episcopal Church. We have 3 years where we hear 3 different Gospels, and John is always interspersed throughout the 4 years, but throughout the 3 years. But yeah, so Happy New Year. And I wanted to start that way because I think it's important for us as Christians to think about, what does that mean when we start a new year? Often January 30th, maybe January 20th, December 30th, maybe December 28th, we start thinking about what's going to be my New Year's resolution for 2023. What am I going to do differently? What are my goals, right? You start thinking about that kind of from the regular calendar, but I'd ask you to start thinking about that today for the church year calendar. How are we going to live into this new life that Jesus brought to us? Because that's really what Advent is about. It's a time of preparation, a time of quiet, a time to reflect and think about this gift, this beautiful gift that we received over 2,000 years ago when Jesus Christ was born. So we're preparing for the celebration, remembering that day when Jesus was born in a very humble way, with very humble people, actually kind of the downtrodden of their day, right? The downtrodden of their day. That's where Jesus was born, and that to who Jesus was born into. And so when that happened, it was the beginning of a new day, the beginning of a new life. And that's really the gift that we were given then. And so what does that mean for us? What does it mean to no longer live, as Paul said, to no longer live in darkness, to start really thinking about what a bright day looks like? Because St. Paul says, we are further away from the night, and we're getting closer and closer to the dawn, closer and closer to this new way of being where all will be made right. And so as we are journeying into this new day, how do we every year reconnect, rethink about, how am I dwelling closer with God? How am I living into these teachings that Jesus brought to us of loving one another, caring for one another, starting to live now as that new day, as if that new day is fully alive and well. And it's hard really to do that, because as we're being asked to be patient, to not get all caught up, right? To ponder, to reflect, to pray. Yes, I see smiles. Because you know what Friday was? What was Friday? It's the best day, right? Black Friday. Go, go, go. Bye, bye, bye. Right? No? Somebody's sticking out their tongue saying no. Well, this Christianity thing has been working on you for too long now, Paula. Maybe that's what's happening. But no, I hear you, and I know how hard it can be, because all around us, we're being told the opposite. Don't think, buy. Don't think, do. Don't think, live life full. Like it's just this unthinking, unfettered, right? Buying into this consumeristic world we live in. And so it's really kind of this, just like kind of like, whoa, I'm going to church and they're telling me to calm down and be patient and think and pray. And then I'm going here and the commercials and the radio stations. I was telling the 8:30 service, I went out to dinner and I went into this restaurant and all of a sudden the really cheesy Christmas songs were going on full blast, right? And it's Tuesday before the Thanksgiving Thursday. And I thought, oh boy, right? And so any of you who go to the grocery stores, any of you who go to any kind of shopping area, everything is saying Christmas is today, right? But we are asked today, here, as within our Christian faith, within our Christian community, to think about what is Christmas for you? What does it mean that you are part of a faith community that has been great, that has been thinking and praying about this new way? And what do we want to teach our children that may be different than what they hear and see in the radio, on the news, and in their schools? And being able to say, it's okay that we don't have 20 bazillion presents under the Christmas tree. That's not a successful Christmas. It's okay that we don't have the latest and greatest gadgets, right? But to really think with your family, with yourselves, with your peers, that community of faith, about what is Christmas about, and what is this gift that we received? And I would offer that it's this love, this great love that God had for us, and saw things all just stirred up and not going in the right direction. And this breaking in and saying, I am with you. Things are hard, things are difficult, and I have not forgotten. I am with you. And I will walk with you. And here I am to teach you and show you how life can be an amazing place where we love one another, where we care for one another, where we welcome the stranger in, and together be that light to this dark, dark world. And so I invite you to think about, what would that look like for you? What intention, what step, what act, what maybe pause for you that you are not going to go into, right? That you're not going to feel that you have to do something that you just know that's just not going to be good for you. And that's okay, because you are choosing a new way, a new life, a new beginning. Let us walk together through this season of Advent, this new year, and allow Jesus to guide us throughout the year, loving and serving one another. Amen.
Amen. Amen.